Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what is the true meaning of friendship and family? As we go through life, these connections shape us, but as we get older, they often become more fragile and uncertain. Are the relationships we once cherished as strong as we believed, or are they built on convenience rather than true commitment? If you're someone who has felt the loss or drift of friends and family, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'll be diving into the profound truths about friendship, family, and solitude, and why these relationships matter more than ever as we age. You'll hear how to distinguish between real connections and fleeting acquaintances, why solitude can be a powerful tool for personal growth, and how to redefine family on your terms, even when blood ties may not offer the support you need. I'll share insights on how to build the kind of relationships that will truly enrich your life, how to accept the relationships that are meant to fade, and how to find peace and clarity in your solitude. By the end of this video, you'll have a fresh perspective on the connections that bring you joy and the ones that hold you back, and you'll be empowered to take control of your emotional well-being. Don't miss out on the lessons that can reshape how you view the people in your life and the incredible gift of solitude. Stay with me until the end. This journey can bring you the clarity and peace you've been searching for. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Friendship, at its core, is much more than just a simple acquaintance. It is one of those timeless, cherished ideals that we grow up believing in, something deeply ingrained in our hearts as a bond that transcends the boundaries of time and circumstance. We're taught that friendship is a sanctuary, a place where we can find comfort, laughter, and solace in life's many trials. It's the gentle, reassuring presence that reminds us we're never truly alone. But as I've journeyed through life and experienced its twists and turns, I've found myself grappling with a deeper, more uncomfortable question. Is friendship really as steadfast and universal as we're led to believe? Or is it, in fact, something much rarer, something far more elusive than we care to admit? I think back to my younger years, when I believed that friendship came easy, almost like a given in life. I was surrounded by people I thought were my friends, co-workers I shared daily banter with, neighbors I exchanged pleasantries with over the fence, and casual acquaintances I bumped into at social gatherings, each one offering a fleeting moment of connection. Back then, I thought these interactions added up to something meaningful, something lasting. Yet, as life began to unfold, through moments of grief, sickness, and personal upheaval, the true nature of these so-called friendships came into sharp focus. I realized that many of those bonds weren't built on true affection or mutual care. They were merely convenient, tied together by circumstance rather than commitment. When the storms of life hit, not everyone who appeared to be a friend was there when I needed them most. Some friends disappeared, while others merely stood on the sidelines, offering little more than polite nods and distant words. It was a painful awakening. Facing this reality wasn't easy. It's never easy to come to terms with the fact that the people you once considered close, or even irreplaceable, are not as steadfast as you had hoped. And yet, it's an essential truth. Real friendship is rare, precious, and not something to be taken for granted. Friendship is not measured by how many people can share a drink with you on a sunny afternoon, or by how many messages you receive on your birthday. The true test of friendship comes when the world seems to crumble around you, and it's not the number of people who call in the good times that matters, but rather the ones who reach out when everything feels broken. Real friends are the ones who show up when you're at your lowest, when you're vulnerable, when you have nothing left to give but your brokenness. The difference between a friend and an acquaintance is a matter of depth and intent. Acquaintances are easy to come by. They are the pleasant faces that fill the room and occupy the moments in between. They make life more colorful, but they don't share in the weight of your burdens, nor do they offer their shoulders when yours are sagging under the load. A true friend is a rare gem. They care for you not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. They take the time to listen, to understand, to sit with you in your pain without rushing to offer solutions or judgments. Their support is unconditional, their presence a steady anchor in the chaos of life. I've come to understand that friendship is not defined by how often you meet or how closely you live, but by the trust that flows between you and the understanding that no matter the miles, no matter the years, you are there for each other, always. Some of the most profound friendships I've experienced were with people I didn't see regularly. Yet, their impact on my life, the comfort and trust we shared, transcended the physical distance between us. True friendship is not a constant chatter. It is an unspoken promise to show up when it matters most, and sometimes, just knowing that someone has your back, even from afar, is enough to bring peace to your heart. But of course, the reality of friendship is far from perfect. Even the strongest friendships require effort, patience, and, above all, forgiveness. There will be misunderstandings, unspoken resentments, and moments when life itself gets in the way. I've learned that holding on to a friendship takes just as much strength as letting go of one that no longer serves you. Both require courage, the courage to face the difficult truths, to speak honestly, and to honor what's real, even if that means parting ways with someone who once meant everything to you. It's not about comfort, it's about clarity. True friendship endures through the challenges because it is built on authenticity, not convenience. And then, there's the heartbreak that comes with a natural fading of friendships. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and while that may sound like a painful truth, it's essential to accept. Friendships, like people, have their seasons. Some come into our lives for a reason, a season, and leave once their purpose is fulfilled. We learn from them, we grow with them, but eventually, we must let them go. The hardest part is accepting that not everyone who once played a key role in your life is meant to walk with you forever. But in that painful release, there is a strange, bittersweet peace. It's okay to mourn the loss, to feel the ache in your heart, but it's also okay to let go and trust that the right people, the ones meant to journey alongside you, will find their way into your life when the time is right. In the end, I've learned that the true measure of a friendship is not how many friends you have, but the quality of those who stand with you in the storm, the ones who are present when life gets messy, when it's far from perfect. These are the friendships that shape us, that give us the strength to keep going, and that remind us of the deep, profound beauty of human connection. And though some friendships fade, the memories, the lessons, and the love shared will remain in our hearts forever. As I've journeyed through life, I've learned the hard but essential lesson of letting go of connections that no longer serve me. It's a bittersweet process, one that comes with a sense of loss but also a newfound appreciation for the relationships that remain. True friends are like rare jewels, and they often come in very small numbers. Yet, these few hold an immeasurable value that far surpasses any material wealth. When you have even one person who truly understands the depths of your heart, who sees you for all your flaws and strengths and still chooses to stand by you, then you are richer than you could ever imagine. I can honestly say that the real wealth of life lies in those kinds of relationships. And if you feel like you're missing this kind of connection, don't lose hope. It's never too late to build it. Start by being the kind of friend you long for, open-hearted, kind, and willing to invest beyond the superficial layers. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. At 70, I have come to realize that friendship is not a given. It's a gift, one that must be nurtured, cherished, and worked on with genuine effort. It's not about how many people you have in your life, but the depth of the bond you share with them. True friendship is a rare treasure, one that's built on honesty, loyalty, and mutual respect. It doesn't come easily, and sometimes it takes years to cultivate. But when it does arrive, it's worth every ounce of time, patience, and heartache. This kind of friendship is invaluable, like a beacon of light guiding you through the darkest moments. It's not just about the fun times or shared laughs. It's about the unspoken understanding, the emotional support, and the feeling that someone truly has your back, no matter what. Family. That word can carry such heavy significance, can't it? For most of us, It's a symbol of unconditional love, warmth, and a sense of belonging. A safe harbor where we can weather life's storms together. But as I've grown older, I've come to realize that family isn't always the steadfast support system we expect it to be. Sometimes, those very bonds that we thought were unbreakable are the ones that fracture. Sometimes, the people we're closest to emotionally are not the ones we share blood with. And in those moments, you start questioning, what defines family? Is it simply the ties of blood, or is it something deeper, something we get to choose and create for ourselves? I grew up with the belief that family was everything. My parents instilled in me that family always comes first, that blood runs thicker than water, and that no matter what happens, the love and support of your family would endure. But as the years passed, I began to see that the reality of family doesn't always match that ideal. Conflicts erupted, misunderstandings deepened, and some family members slowly drifted away. Even those who stayed often seemed emotionally distant. The people I had been taught to rely on weren't always there when I needed them the most. I found myself grappling with the harsh reality of what family is. What I've come to understand now is this: family isn't defined by blood. It's not guaranteed by genetics. Yes, we may share DNA, but that doesn't automatically foster the love, trust, and respect that family truly requires. Those essential qualities need to be cultivated with care, and they need to be reciprocated. Sometimes, no matter how much we long to fix things, those bonds simply cannot be mended. That realization, painful as it is, also brings freedom. It allows me to redefine family, not by societal expectations or biological ties, but by the love and care we choose to give and receive. I now know that family is about connection. It's about those who see you for who you truly are, who celebrate your wins with as much joy as they support you through your deepest struggles. True family is built on mutual care, shared memories, and a commitment to standing by each other through thick and thin. Yes, sometimes those people may be your biological relatives, but just as often they are not. Family can be found in the people who choose you, who offer their time, their hearts, and their understanding. It can be found in close friends, mentors, or even a community that shares your values and passions. In the end, I've learned that chosen family often fills the voids that blood relatives cannot. There are parts of ourselves that we may feel too vulnerable to share with our biological family. Our dreams, our fears, the things we've been judged for or misunderstood about. In those moments, a chosen family member, someone who truly listens without judgment, who offers unwavering support, becomes just as vital as any blood relative. And that is a beautiful truth. As I've journeyed through life, I've come to see the complex and sometimes bewildering nature of biological family relationships. At times, these connections are fraught with tension, distance, and unresolved conflict, yet there remains an undeniable depth that cannot be found elsewhere. Despite the difficulties, these relationships often hold layers of shared history, old memories that have been etched into the fabric of time, and an unspoken understanding that transcends words. There's something raw and deeply human about these bonds, something that, even when strained, cannot be replicated by any other relationships. Though these familial ties can be burdensome and full of heartache, I've learned that they also hold the potential for tremendous growth and healing. It takes effort, a willingness from both sides to dive into the discomfort, to peel away the layers of hurt and pain that have built up over the years. And though it's never easy, I've discovered that forgiveness, though it feels like an impossible mountain to climb, can sometimes be the very thing that rebuilds bridges I thought were beyond repair. And even if reconciliation is out of reach, I've found that releasing the grip of resentment can bring a profound sense of peace, like breathing for the first time in years. Reaching 70 has brought with it a sense of clarity about what truly matters in relationships. I've let go of the unrealistic expectations that family has to look a certain way. I no longer demand that they fit into a mold that society has defined for us. Instead, I've come to cherish the relationships that genuinely nourish my soul, even if they don't bear the traditional marks of family. I've stopped feeling guilty for creating boundaries with toxic relatives, for protecting my heart and my well-being. In doing so, I've opened up to a different kind of joy, the joy of forming new bonds, relationships that feel just as familial, even if we don't share blood. And you know what? It's been liberating. It's been freeing to build a new family of people who see me, understand me, and truly love me. Not because of what we share by birth, but because of the connection that exists in our hearts. If you're reading this and struggling with your family dynamics, know this: you're not alone. Many of us wrestle with the complexities of family relationships, and it's okay to grieve the family you wish you had. It's natural to mourn the connections that never took root, the ties that frayed beyond repair. But don't let that grief isolate you. Don't let it build walls around your heart. Because family, true family, can come in many different forms. If you open your heart to it, you'll find it in unexpected places. Build those relationships that fill you with love, with peace, and with joy. Those are the connections that matter. Family is not defined by where you come from, but by where your heart finds home. And oh, how I've learned the value of family, whether through blood or by choice. It's a gift, one that should be cherished deeply. It's not always perfect, not by a long shot, and it's certainly not always easy. But when you find the people who genuinely love you, who see you for who you truly are and accept you without condition, hold on to them with everything you have. Because those people, no matter how they come into your life, are the ones who give it depth, meaning, and a sense of belonging. At any age, whether you're 7 or 70, it's never too late to build the family you deserve, the family that will fill your heart and remind you of what truly matters. Then there's solitude. What a strange, beautiful, and sometimes confusing companion it can be. Is it a friend or foe? Well, that all depends on where you are in your life. When we're young, solitude often feels like a punishment, something to be avoided at all costs. We fill our time with noise, with people, with distractions because we fear the silence, the emptiness that might creep in. But as we age, solitude becomes something different, something that is no longer a dreaded enemy but a fleeting luxury. There's a peacefulness that comes with it, a stillness that can feel like a soft refuge amidst the chaos of responsibilities, the constant demands of life. But when we grow older still, solitude becomes something more intimate. It is no longer simply a luxury. It becomes a companion, sometimes unwelcome, but always present. And it forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. Is solitude a friend, or is it a foe? For much of my life, I rejected solitude. I couldn't stand the idea of being alone. To me, it meant loneliness, and I did everything I could to avoid it. I sought out others, filled my life with activities and conversations, anything to distract myself from the silence. But as the years have passed, I've come to see solitude in a new light. It's not a void to be feared or a punishment to be endured. No, solitude is a presence, a powerful presence, not an absence at all. It's the space where connection begins, first with ourselves and then with the world around us. Solitude is where we find our truest selves, and in that, it becomes one of the most precious gifts we can give ourselves. At 70, I've come to understand and appreciate the many gifts that solitude can offer. It's something I never fully grasped in my younger years, when the demands of life were constant and the noise of the world drowned out the whispers of my thoughts. Now, in this stage of life, solitude has become a refuge, a sacred space where I can finally hear myself think, and where I can fully acknowledge the person I've become. But while I've learned to cherish it, I also recognize the challenges that solitude brings, challenges that are part of the beauty of this gift. Solitude gives me the rare privilege of being able to listen to my thoughts without the distraction or expectation of others. It offers me the time to truly reflect, not just on where I've been in life, but on the direction I want to take moving forward. At this point in life, when time seems to be slipping away faster than ever, it's easy to become nostalgic or even fearful of what lies ahead. But solitude gives me the space to process these feelings, to reflect on what I've already experienced, and to dream about the future, even if that future feels shorter than the one that came before. It's strange, there's something deeply empowering about realizing that, despite the passing years, I still have dreams. Dreams that don't have to be grand or expansive, but are nonetheless filled with possibility and hope. In solitude, I've learned to embrace both the beauty and the pain that come with time. It's a place where I can revisit memories, some cherished, some painful, and examine the lessons they've taught me. I've had to face parts of myself that I might have preferred to forget. Old regrets, old wounds, and long-held fears that had been buried under the weight of daily life. Solitude doesn't allow you to escape from these things. It shines a light on them, forces you to confront them, and in doing so, it offers an opportunity for growth. It's not always comfortable, but it's always transformative. It's in these moments of discomfort, when the silence feels almost suffocating, that I've learned some of life's most valuable lessons. Solitude teaches resilience. It teaches patience with oneself and the world around you. It teaches self-compassion when the world feels far away, when there's no one else to turn to, and when it seems like the days go on without end. I've learned to quiet the voices that tell me I'm not enough or that I should be more productive, more social, more anything. And instead, I've come to embrace the quiet truth that, in this moment, I am enough. Solitude has reminded me that I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I am not defined by the expectations of others or by the noisy distractions of daily life. I am defined by my own heart, by my thoughts, by my ability to reflect and grow. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. One of the most profound lessons that solitude has given me is the difference between being alone and being lonely. I'll be honest, for much of my life, I often feared loneliness. I feared that it would creep in and swallow me whole, that being alone would mean being abandoned or forgotten. But as I've grown older, I've come to understand that being alone doesn't have to equate to being lonely. Loneliness is an ache in the heart, a deep longing for connection that feels unattainable. It's the sense of isolation that can wash over you in the quietest of moments. But solitude? That's something entirely different. Being alone can be a rich, nourishing experience, a time to connect with yourself, to find peace in the stillness, and to feel at one with the world around you. When you're not distracted by the noise of others, you begin to notice things that would otherwise go unnoticed. The soft rustling of leaves in the wind, the warmth of the sunlight on your skin, or the steady rhythm of your breathing. These seemingly small moments can be incredibly grounding. They remind you that you are a part of something much larger than yourself. You are connected to the world in ways that go beyond social interactions. You are alive, present, and a witness to the beauty that surrounds you every single day. Solitude has also allowed me to reconnect with things I had forgotten about or lost touch with. It's in the quiet moments that I've rediscovered old passions, those things that used to light me up and make me feel alive. Writing, for instance, has become a sacred space where I can pour my thoughts and emotions. It's where I find clarity when the world feels uncertain, where I can process my feelings and experiences. Solitude has allowed me to reconnect with parts of myself that I had neglected for years. It's where I can explore new interests, where I can sit with my thoughts, and where I can simply be. There's no pressure to perform, no need to impress anyone. There's only space to exist, to reflect, to create, and to grow. As I sit in solitude, I'm reminded that I don't need to be constantly surrounded by people to feel fulfilled. Some of my most profound moments of peace and insight have come when I've been alone. It's not always easy. There are days when the silence is overwhelming, when the weight of solitude feels too much to bear. But it's in those moments of discomfort that I have learned the most about myself and the world. I've learned to accept the silence, to embrace the discomfort, and to find the strength to sit with myself, no matter how hard it is. If you are someone who struggles with solitude, I want you to know that you're not alone in that struggle. I've been there. Many people fear the quiet because it forces them to face what's inside, what's been buried, what's been avoided, what's been ignored. But in facing that silence, in confronting the things that are hidden, we can grow in ways we never imagined. Solitude is not a punishment. It is an opportunity, a chance to connect with yourself, to heal, to reflect, and to find peace. And most importantly, it is a chance to discover just how strong, resilient, and enough you truly are. As we wrap up today's discussion on the profound journey of solitude, I want to take a moment to reflect with you. What have you learned so far from this exploration? Solitude isn't just about being alone. It's about finding peace within yourself, reconnecting with your dreams, and discovering the strength that lies in quiet reflection. I encourage you to think about one thing you've learned today that resonates with you most, something you're willing to put into practice in your own life. Please share it with us in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and how solitude might play a role in your journey. If you enjoyed this video and found it meaningful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We truly appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more with you on this journey of self-discovery. Thank you for watching.